Hi, how are you doing?
Pretty good. About yourself?
Pretty good. Robert Travani. Nice to
Chris
meet you.
Karagelian.
Just a pretty straightforward interview. Start off, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, to start off, I'd like to say that I'm a very intuitive person. I'm very confident in my work, and I kind of go off of gut instinct, but that gut instinct is based off of, I want to say, intelligence. I'm a very determined young man. Also, I don't quit until I get what I'm looking for. I set my goals and I work really, really hard towards them. Very, very hardworking. And I also like to say that I am, I was raised upon a very, very high moral standard. My parents impressed this upon me, since I've been a very young kid.
Next, tell me about some accomplishment that you've had, a major accomplishment, something that's really stood out in your life.
Well, I'd have to say something huge that's happened to me was when I was elected captain my sophomore year of high school of my varsity lacrosse team. See, now that proved a couple things to me. It showed me that with hard work and dedication, anything is possible. I put my hours in, I paid my dues, and I rose right to the top. Not only because of my skill, but because of the leadership qualities that my coach saw in me. He knew that academically I was very strong, and he knew that I was able to lead, motivate, and encourage all of the players, and that was pretty important to me.
That's a very impressive story. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, tell me something you learned from Professor Nelson.
Well, the many things that we learned in Professor Nelson's class, what I find the most interesting is the corporate culture structure. I find it really, really interesting how it starts with a vision, usually of the founder or executives, and how it trickles down through that system into the entire company. And one of the other things that we learned about corporate culture were the different levels. There's the visible, which are the dress codes, the ceremonies, the slogans, and then there's also the invisible, which is the deep beliefs of the company, like the core beliefs, and of course the many various types of cultures. You have that hypocrisy culture, you have the market culture, the clan culture, and the hierarchy culture. So I find really all of that pretty interesting.
Well, that all sounds great. Sounds like you really understand what you've learned, and I'm really impressed with all the things you've told me about yourself today. So just want to say thank you for coming out.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
I really enjoyed today.
Thank
so I'll be in touch with you soon.
Sounds great. Can't wait.